There are 3 reasons why your beard stubble is spiky, and we're going to go through how to make it soft in this video. The first reason your beard hair is spiky and not soft is because it is an incredibly fat hair. That hair sticks out from your skin like a tree trunk, and it's essentially the size of the dermal papilla, so the hole that the hair grows in the skin that decides its thickness. And studies have shown that on the face, it's much thicker than head hair or other parts of the body. So that's the first reason. The second reason is that it could be spiky. Now, when you trim or shave your facial hair, it may not cut it flat. It may cut it with a slight taper or a point, and it is that pointiness that can feel scratchy and not soft when you touch it with your fingertips. And the third reason is that your beard may be a little bit dry. The dryness will increase the amount of roughness and spikiness that you feel. And so in this video, we're going to go through the 7 ways that I have personally tried that can make your stubble softer. Let's have a look. If this video is helpful, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And also, this video is based on a massive article on beardgrowingpro.com. So go check it out because Beard Growing Pro has got a ton of information for making your beard look awesome. I'll put a link in the description. All right, now let's have a look at the first one. It may be the most obvious. The first thing you can do is grow it out, obviously. Now, we're not saying you have to grow it into a beard, but what I am saying is that depending on the density, the thickness of your hairs, the curliness of your hairs, it could be that if you just wait like 1 or more extra days, it could actually make it softer than it is right now. Now, stubble kind of goes from 0 to about 2 weeks worth of growth, where it's about 5 millimeters in length, because hair grows at 0.38 millimeters per day. And I did the maths for the article, and it takes about 2 weeks for it to get to 5 millimeters. So really, from about 0 to 14 days, you have a fair amount of time to play about. And so what I recommend is grow it from 0 to 14 days. Take note of how the softness changes over those times, and then kind of try to keep it at the softest stage. It may be a week later, it may be like 2 weeks, it may be earlier on, but that's completely dependent on the type of hair that you grow on your face and its density and the follicle kind of width and all sorts. And also, if your hair follicle grows more parallel to the surface of the skin, the hairs tend to be a little bit curlier. So all of that comes into play, and the only way you can really test it is from growing out your beard to about 5 millimeters, which for most people will take about 2 weeks. And so yes, finding the optimum softness in that growth cycle will help. If you have just grown your beard from a clean shave, you may want to trim it with trimmers. Now, when you shave with like a normal razor, even if it's a single blade safety razor, as you're shaving, you may cut the hairs at an angle, and that angle causes this kind of point on the end of the hair. So what I recommend is getting yourself some trimmers and just going over the kind of tips of the hairs to flatten off that spikiness. By flattening off that spikiness, you may find that your hair isn't as rough and sharp and spiky, and it may actually be more uniform. And so what you do is you get your trimmers, you put it on the lowest length possible after a couple of days of growth, say, and then you just pass it over your entire face where the stubble is showing, and you should be hearing like little snips as it's just taking off the very ends of your hair. And that is how you kind of go from this spikiness to a nice flat end, which may help you reduce the roughness of your beard. Give it a go. If your beard is incredibly dry and it's dense, there is an amazing solution for you. It's shea butter. Now, shea butter is an incredible thing. It's got so many good properties that it imparts into your beard and stubble. But if you use shea butter on stubble, it absorbs really well. Now, beard balms, beard waxes, beard butters, they all contain shea butter. Well, most of them contain shea butter, cocoa butter, and other kind of like butters, but you can just buy the raw ingredient. There's no need, unless you like the smell of, a particular beard balm or butter, or, one beard balm or butter works particularly well for your beard, just buy the raw ingredients. It's a lot cheaper, it lasts for a lot longer, and this little pouch I've had for ages because I just pull off a little bit at a time, make it nice and warm over my palms and then rub it over my beard, and you can do exactly the same with stubble. So this is the first product I recommend if you have particularly scratchy stubble and you want to stay at the stubble length. This is a fantastic way to do it. Shea butter, get some. Another product which is amazing for softening stubble is coconut oil. Now, coconut oil, I've got this one, the raw virgin organic coconut oil. You don't have to go as hipster with your choice, but this is fantastic as well. There was a study where they actually labeled this and looked to see how it sits on and in the hair, and they found that it absorbs into the hair. So it's proven that it goes beyond just a surface coating, it absorbs into the hair. And I recommend you get yourself some coconut oil. You just need to heat it up a little bit. Heat has been proven by science to help improve the absorption. So there's two ways you can heat it up. First, we can just heat this up in a pan until it's just slightly warm. Secondly, the method I kind of really like is get some coconut oil, just make it warm enough and malleable enough to spread across your beard, and then get a hairdryer and just sort of like brush with a natural bristle brush over the beard. And what it does is it helps that coconut oil absorb into the skin. And then as soon as you're done, use a cool setting and lock your sort of beard into its shape. So that is a fantastic thing to use. Coconut oil, another option for stubble. Now this isn't talked about enough. Vitamin E oil. Now you can get this in, little tiny things, little tiny, what's this? A squeeze bottle. But essentially it's a really awesome way of including what they call it, like something that mops up antioxidants. That's what it is. Antioxidants that mop up the free radicals. Now, they normally include a little bit of vitamin E oil in things like beard balms, beard butters, because of its antioxidant properties. It actually helps it kind of stay around and fresher for a little bit longer. But you can just get this pure vitamin E oil and rub it on your stubble. It's really good for the skin. It's really good for the stubble and the hair. It gets absorbed really well and easily. It's a little bit more expensive, but you don't need much. It doesn't go far. So if you want to try something new that is super effective and been shown by science to work, this is it. Vitamin E oil. Get some. Here's a product that you may love. It's called the Soft Goat Stubble Softening Pad. Now it's a little pad, like a little cotton pad, but it's a little bit rougher. It's kind of like a micro sandpaper from what I can tell. I'm gonna get some and see what it's like. But essentially you rub it in small circular motions across your stubble. And really what it's doing is it's kind of taking those ends of the hairs and just kind of flattening them a little bit, making them softer, taking off any harsh edges. And I think it works really well. So grab yourself one of those, and they come in packs of 3, and each one lasts, I think, for like 1 or 2 months if you use it regularly. But essentially it's just like a little sandpaper for the hairs, and you rub it across, and it can actually really soften the beard. So yes, I'm going to get some and try it out. But the Soft Go, I'll put a link in the description to the website. That could help you if none of the product solutions help, or if you just don't want to buy more products, right? Like that's another thing. You may just need a little bit of mechanical action on the hairs to flatten them, to make them softer and smoother. Give that a go. Now there are some home remedies that you could use. Now I have used a couple of these. The first one is banana. Banana works really well. Get yourself a banana, mush it up into within an inch of its life. Keep on going until it's a really fine paste. I like to use a fork to mush it in. And then what you do is you use it like a leave-in conditioner. So you can also add honey and coconut oil and all sorts of things, like make your own little paste. But there are home remedies that work. This is one of them. So grab yourself a banana, mush it up, put it in your beard, let it sit there for about 15 minutes, and then wash it out with a mild shampoo, and that could soften your stubble as it grows. So yeah, it's just like a little face mask for your stubble. Put it in, and banana and honey and coconut oil, mix that together. It sounds delicious as well, but it's good for your skin and your stubble. Try it. Another one is avocado. Avocado works really well. Once again, mush it to within an inch of its life and put it on your stubble and on your skin. Leave it for 10 to 15 minutes and wash it off with a mild shampoo. Avocado for the win. The last one is aloe vera. Now, aloe vera, the actual plant, is incredible. You can grow it in your garden. So if you've got a bit of a green thumb, get out there, put it in your garden, grow it, and then you can just peel off the outside skin and mush it up and put it on your stubble and your skin. But you can also buy it in gel form. That's also absolutely fine. It's exactly the same. It may have some other sort of preservatives and other stuff in it, but it's essentially the same thing. So get yourself some aloe vera gel. It's great for after sun care as well if you're in a sunny environment, and it can soften stubble. So try those home remedies. They may already be in your garden or in your pantry or in your fridge, in your kitchen. That will help a lot. Give it a go. Home remedies? Who would have thought? So there we have it. There are all of the things that you can do to soften your stubble. Let me know in the comments if you've got anything to add to that. Also, go check out Beard Growing Pro for tons more information about making your beard look awesome. And I'll see you in the next video.